tyranny is here. The grim future foretold in 1984 has become reality.
It really says that the state is God.
The United States is now recognized globally as one of the most oppressive police states on Earth. This film conclusively proves the existence of a secret network of FEMA camps, now being expanded nationwide. This documentary exposes how the continuity of government program has established an all-powerful shadow state. Police State 4 chronicles the sickening depths to which our republic has fallen. Prepare to enter the secretive world of emergency dictatorship. Body scanners, sound cannons, citizen spies, stage terror, and cameras on every street corner. It's only the beginning of the New World Order's hellish plan. The police state isn't coming. It's here. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or see it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv. Hi folks, this is Alex Jones asking you for a minute of your time to tell you about soap. Not detergents, but good old-fashioned pure soap made by the Cal-Ben Soap Company, a family-owned and operated American company. My family, staff, friends, and radio listeners are constantly telling me how much they love these products for bath, hair, laundry, and dishes. There is nothing like these factory-direct, big money-saving, triple-concentrated soaps anywhere. Get a free detailed catalog by calling 800-340-7091 or see them online at 5starsoap.com or Infowars.com. Let's talk to the owner of 5 Star Soap, Marty Schachter, and see what he has to say.
As founder and owner for over 63 years, people keep asking me, how's business? I'm happy to say our business is going down the drain. Call us at 1-800-340-7091. Visit our website, 5starsoap.com, for buying our 1 to 2 month soap sampler. Thank you.
Hi folks, this is Alex Jones, and I want to tell you about the Silver Lungs generator. Now you can produce pure and endless colloidal silver and deliver the solution directly into the bloodstream by breathing the solution through the lungs. The respiratory system is the first line of defense for airborne pathogens and viruses. The Silver Lungs generator infuses the respiratory system with your self-produced nano-silver solutions and also delivers the silver nanoparticles instantly into the bloodstream. With continued legislation threatening the sale of nano-silver products, you can now produce pure and endless colloidal silver with the Silver Lungs generator. Very easy to follow, step-by-step instructions are provided, making production fast and simple. Go to www.silverlungs.com today and learn more about the breakthrough technology of the Silver Lungs generator. That's www.silverlungs.com.
From the front lines of the information war, it's Alex Jones.
We're going back to Alan Watt here in a moment. And then Chris, Stan, Rob, Guy, and many others. The toll-free number to join us is 800-259-9231. I've got some other key top news stories today I want to get Alan's take on as well. Before we go any further, I want to tell you about colablue.com, the wonderful atmospheric water generator system. It grabs condensation, water, same stuff clouds are made out of the air. It never went through a water system, didn't go through a sewage system, doesn't have mercury, lead, arsenic, fluoride, lithium in it. No, it's the best, cleanest drinking water you can get anywhere. Depending on the unit you get, it runs it through 7 to 12 filters. After 7, what's the point? Stores it in a stainless steel tank in the bottom. colablue.com, ECOLOBLUE.com, or give them a call for a free information packet or to inquire or order 800-691-6043, 800-691-6043, colablue.com, banners up on Infowars.com. I also want to tell you about Front Sight Firearms Training. It's not enough to own guns. You need to get out and use them and get safety training and then learn how to get tactical training in shotguns, handguns, and rifles. And they've got 2-day, 4-day, 5-day training packages. It's out in Pahrump, Nevada. It's one of the preeminent groups out there, and it's the best price, and he's a patriot, and he'll give you a 5-day world-class gun training at Front Sight Firearms Training Institute and secure a 30-state concealed weapons permit, all for pennies on the dollar. And if you act fast, you'll get a XD pistol in the caliber of your choice, a free handgun. Check out the offer and a lot of other great free training tips at front sight, like the front of your rifle, frontsight.com. And lastly, I want to tell you about mysolarbackup.com. We all need to move towards getting off the grid, and these are great little units that will run your campsite or your work shed, or get 4 or 5 of the units run your whole house. Great system, the solar panel, the control unit, the battery unit. It's a wonderful system. We've been promoting these for 3 years, and our listeners just give me rave reviews. Get into solar today with a great organization. The folks at Solutions from Science. Get a free information pack, 877-327-0365, 877-327-0365, or mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com, or 877-327-0365. The journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step, as the Chinese proverb says. The other Chinese proverb is, may you live in interesting times. Going back to Alan Watt, I want to continue with the phone calls here. Let's talk to Chris in Canada, up there where Alan's at. You're on the air, Chris.
Hey, Alex?
Yes, sir.
Just making sure you can hear me. All right.
I hear you good. Good to have you here.
First of all, I just want to say what you're doing is great. You're a hero to us all. I mean, there's lots of, with everything that's going on, everybody calling you a crackpot and this and that. They're the crackpots, really, to be quite honest.
Well, they're not intellectual. They can't have a historical debate. It's just easy to have a throwaway one-way line of, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, you ask them a direct question, and it's dodging.
Well, time is on our side, Chris, because I told people 12, 13, 14 years ago they were taking blood from babies at birth for the Pentagon. Now it's admitted. I told folks a year ago they're saving the body scans as we have the documents. I told people they were going to put cameras in your cars to watch you and in all the airline seats to record you. And it's all, I mean, look, I'm going off what they say they're going to do and what they're doing. And so I've got the facts. They've got baloney. And so the general public hears me say something a decade before. They say, oh, he's a kook. Then they hear it later and go, wow, that guy isn't a kook. But any questions for Alan Watt?
Well, yeah, I have a question. It's a couple questions, and it's either of you can field them. It doesn't matter either or. But I got to tread carefully with a couple of these questions because I don't want you to. I noticed that you attacked. I wouldn't say attacked, but you defended yourself the other day, and I don't want to come off like I'm against you or anything, so I just want to
Chris, I don't care if somebody is against me, but when somebody calls in and just makes something up, sometimes I'll get angry. But at the same time, I don't want, you notice how people compliment me, I say, no, it's all about you. I don't want to make this about me. Number one, it's dangerous. Number two, we're going to win by waking others up. So we're here talking about the global elite enslaving us. No one can deny it now. And so, you know, I don't want to make it about me. But listen, I got a lot of callers I want to get to. Chris, go ahead and get to your points.
Well, let me hurry up. First of all, I just want to say that I got a good judgment on when I meet people and I hear people, whether or not they're decent or, you know, I can usually tell in the first few seconds of interacting with someone what kind of person that they are. And I get this sense that you're genuinely good. And you've also empowered me to do the same. I do a lot of, since hearing things you've had to tell me, information you've empowered me with, I've gone ahead and spread that information to as many people as I possibly can. My question is, one of my questions are, do you think this can be realistically stopped? All these things that are on the move, do you think any of them realistically can be stopped?
All right. Listen, I appreciate your call. I'm going to get Alan's take on what you just said. He's our guest. Go ahead, Alan.
Well, I don't think people think in numbers. The mass man, that's how we're used, in fact. We're used as a mass man. We're very predictable. It's the few who change society. It's always been that way. And but what it means, too, is that you have to reevaluate yourself and your own values. Because remember, today's values are different from 50-year ago values. We've been totally turned upside down, in fact. We have to get back to what is personally sustainable. That's the real meaning of sustainability for yourself and for those that you love. And it really means getting back to personal values, and where you can make a promise and keep it, and even make a vow and keep it, and get back to your own integrity.
Yeah, people have no anchor.
Integrity.
They have no anchor. They have no compass. And then they'll also say, you look like a nice person. You sound convincing. It isn't my opinion that there were a riot in Atlanta over food stamps and housing. It's not my opinion that I read from the Rockefeller Foundation about vaccines to sterilize you. It's not my opinion that BP bisphenol A is sterilizing people and causing cancer. I mean, again, so the establishment always tries to make it about Alex Jones or about Alan Watt. Folks, this is information for you to make a decision about. This isn't about, I wonder what I'll do. Do I trust Alex or not? You shouldn't trust me. You should go look at the information. It's not about me. I'm a guy here trying to warn people so we can stop the globalist. And nothing irritates me more, and I'm not mad at Chris, but it sounded like he was like building up to something. He didn't go there about me. I mean, I'm just so tired of it because probably half the websites out there don't fight the New World Order. They talk about Alex Jones because I'm the biggest thing out here doing this. And it just shows they're malfunctioning. They can't, I guess they're followers. I don't understand it, Alan. I mean, do you get where I'm going with this?
It's a backlash. When you burst people's bubbles, and people do live in a bubble of comfort, they're egocentric because we've been given an egocentric culture, an egocentric culture, and a narcissistic culture. We've also been domesticated where most folk out there truly want to believe, even though they have little suspicions, but they want to believe that there are special people up there taking care of them because they love them. And when you burst the bubble, it takes away everything. That the ground goes from underneath their feet. They've nothing to stand on. That they've lived a fallacy, and here you are telling them what the evil things are being done to them, and evil things are planned to them. But you're using the documentation from the science magazines, from the mainstream media, from the big organizations and foundations involved. But rather than look at what you're giving them for evidence, they'll attack you personally. That's a standard.
Well, they'll also spin it and say, I thought the mainstream media is a bunch of liars, Alex. And and sometimes they do lie. Like if they're saying Rand Paul said get rid of the Civil Rights Act. But most of the time they spin it. They say, isn't it great that the Austin Police Department is putting in cameras for $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 a piece? No one should ask why they're 10 times what they should cost. And they're now using the cameras that were supposedly for traffic control. I mean, here's security cameras on Runberg Lane. APD talks about their use. 5 cameras alone will cost $350,000. No one asked, why did they lie to us and say they weren't for police at first? They'll say, well, why are you covering mainstream news? They're telling us how good it is. I'm taking their admission and pointing out how it's bad.
You see, I've seen the technique work before, and I went through... when Britain was being completely deindustrialized for a few years, every day on the news it was one factory, more unemployment. But after the news was over, you go into a comedy show, a regular comedy show, or a TV drama, so everything was okay. You have this double-mindedness. And it was so bad that people were committing suicide. Britain ended up having the highest suicide rates in Europe because people just couldn't get jobs. Margaret Thatcher came on and said, a generation is growing up now who will never see work in their lifetime, so get used to it. And I had a neighbor who actually hung himself. And this was happening in all the streets, but no one wanted to talk about it. They went into a self-protective mode, didn't want to listen to anything negative at all. It was almost as though they would catch unemployment by talking about it, like it was a catchable disease or something.
Oh, yeah, I get that all the time. Don't talk about dollar devaluation. Don't talk about global depression when all the major think tanks admit they're engineering it, because I'm going to cause it by being negative, Alan.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to just love NAFTA and GATT.
That's right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And, of course, the whole New Age religion that's been put out there, too. And remember, too...
the secret. You're supposed to imagine positive things and you get it.
Yeah, that's right. And remember, too, it was the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry's own journal that came out in the 1950s saying they would bring in the New Age. And that was the name, in fact, of their journal. Eventually they changed it, their monthly magazine. And they said they'd create a new type of religion. And that ties in at the same time as you find Russell... was publishing his books, talking about bringing in an egocentric culture that would just love themselves. It's all about me. and narcissism, which would split them off from being family groups and so on. Everyone would be into their own mirror image of themselves.
And by the way,
their lives.
We're going to go back to calls, but well said, Alan Watt. The way I